What's going on, you guys? Bring your friends here. Today I'm making a video about the leagues in Heart of the Mist SPVP and why it is not working so far. I wanted to make a video about this for a long time. I just never had the time to get around to it. So now I am. So let's just start it from scratch. Got my list like usual. I'm going to be reading it from the top down. And probably in order of importance, I think, in my opinion, but it doesn't really matter anyways. Problems are problems. The first main issue with it is there's no solo queue, and I have no idea why. It really boggles my mind that you would make a league system and not separate the solo players from a full pre-made. So why is it that I can play PvP into ranked arena and be a full pre-made, but yet face solo players in a league system? Like, I don't even understand that. Like, it shouldn't happen. It should be two separate things entirely. Like, if you're new to PvP and you just hear about the league system, you're like, okay, cool, I'm going to go in the Heart of the Mist and queue. But when you come to the realization that solo queue players are mixed and matched with ranked players, then why would that be any fun for anybody? Like, why would I play as a solo player? Like, I would never, like, upon knowing that information, I would never play ranked arena again, knowing that it's just going to be all just team-based games, because if you go in solo, you will more than likely lose. Even if you were to somehow claw your way up through the tiers or whatever, that's just like, I don't know. It's a lot of frustration. Like, the main thing that they need to do is they need to separate solo queue players from ranked arena players. So what it should be, in my opinion, is if you have solo queue, just imagine this little button is solo queue, and you can only queue up as one. That's it. You can't queue as 2, 3, or 4. Just one, and that's it. And then ranked arena is just completely unranked, and you can queue up whatever you want, because nobody cares. It's unranked. You're just doing it for practice. But when it comes to solo queue, just you. That's it. And another thing is that the leagues should be separated for solo queue and ranked arena. Like, I don't understand why that isn't the case. It's like you should have different leagues for different game types, right? Like, you have your own league rating for solo, and you have your own league rating for team. Like, there isn't one good reason that anybody can give right now that would be to put the solo players and ranked into the same queue. Like, it's just retarded. The second one is grinding is greater than consistency. I feel that the league system is too forgiving because you can't be knocked down divisions once you bump up into the next division. So it's too handholdy. Like, why would people care about what division you are? I don't know. I don't. Like, I can care less if someone was diamond or legendary because it's more of a grind fest. Like, once you get to the next division, you're locked in that division forever, which means that it's more of a grind fest than it is player skill or consistency. If you're having a bad day in Team Q, let's just say this is a perfect world and this is only Team Q, and say you're in Sapphire League, for example, and your team did absolutely fucking horrible. You lost all your tiers, your pips, and you got knocked into Emerald League. That would be my understanding of a good system. Like, you should be punished for bad play and rewarded for good play. Like, people should be bumping in and out of these leagues fairly often. Like, if I do, say if I'm in Diamond, I do bad, I'm in Ruby. If I'm in Ruby, win a lot of consistent matches, now I'm in Diamond. And the people that are in Division 5 and Division 6 and Division 4, etc., it would be more like, oh wow, that person's in diamond. That person is a very consistent player, and he's probably a really good player because he's in diamond. Because if you made it to where you could actually go from diamond to ruby, then that means that it's no longer a grind fest, but more about player skill or team skill for that matter than anything else. But the way it is now, nobody really gives a shit if you're in diamond or ruby or legendary, because once you just have like a good day of grinding and make it into the next tier, like you could fucking be grinding this for a month and then you make it into diamond and ooh, that's it, I'm in diamond forever. And you can literally lose every fucking game for the next however long until the PvP thing gets resets, and people are going to think you're good. It's like, no, that's just because the system is bad. It's like you should be able to drop down tiers or divisions. Like, that's just way too noob friendly in my opinion. And which is one of the reasons why I and probably a lot of people don't take League seriously. The next reason is that teams and guilds need to be a separate feature entirely. Like, I don't understand why, like, for example, I have Team of the Week, right? And then if you go under, I didn't even understand teams until I figured out that people were going into their guild and then making different teams to get into lower MMR because the system is broken to get faster matches. And we ended up doing it too because we ended up having to wait for a long ass time. And I don't understand why PvP teams and guilds are not separated. Like, if you make a PvP team and you want to play in the league, then it should be only available in Heart of the Mist. Like, and guilds are something that, you know, should be another feature within itself that can be accessed anywhere. But unfortunately, that's not the case. I have no idea why, and that's probably something that needs to be worked on too. I guess the only other thing to mention is they mentioned on the forums that they're going to be adding a decay system into the game because of what I just mentioned, that people would be making different teams or whatever to get faster queue times. But I will say this, I think you're kind of underestimating how much time people have to do that in order to... People will go through a lot of effort, regardless of the means, in order to get a faster match. But all in all, solo queue is the big thing. Making it a grind fest instead of player skill is another big thing. And separate the guilds and teams. And that's pretty much it. Like, solo queue is the big no-no as far as like fuck-ups go. Because if you would have done that, then you would actually have legitimate teams actually trying to climb that leaderboard. Not to mention if the leaderboard wasn't just a simple grind fest. Because all it is, it's just top-end teams, or anybody in a 5-man, just taking advantage of the fact that there's no solo queue, and they're just going into games and just wiping the floor with anybody who is unfortunate to not have a team or a 5-man. And that's fucked up. Like, people are going to get pissed off and leave because of that, and that's not fair to everybody else, including myself. I don't even play anymore if I don't have a 5-man. Like, it's not worth the frustration. I barely even stream anymore. It's just like, what am I going to do, stream a fucking hot join? But I don't know. That's just me. Let me know what you guys think. I'll probably post this on the forums as well, just to get a see what people's opinions are about the whole situation goes. And I'm Countless. Bring your friends. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later.